Good morning. I'm Tim Farnham with Black Label Real Estate, and this is your Monday morning market update. If you're new to the channel and you want to stay informed on what's going on in the San Francisco housing market, then hit the subscribe button below so you'll be the first to know when new videos come out. Before I get into it, I do want to mention that I did make a tutorial video on some of the terms that we use to describe the real estate market. So if you want to get a more detailed description of some of these terms or some of the metrics that people use, feel free to check out that video. I'm going to break down the housing market into six different segments that each kind of move independently of each other. We have the condos under $1 million, we have the condos over $1 million, and then we have the single family homes under $1 million, between 1 and 2 million, between 2 and 3 million, and over 3 million. So let's get into it. First, we're going to start with the condos here. And what we're going to see is that we have a lot of condos on the market right now in comparison to single family homes. And in the under and over $1 million, these are actually kind of about the same right now. We've got 253 listed under a million. We've got 278 over a million. New homes also, we did get a fresh supply last week. We got 36 in the under a million. We got 45 in the over a million, both down by 11 though. So there was a little bit of rush at the beginning of January, people who wanted to list their homes at the beginning of the year, but due to the holidays and whatnot, didn't really want to list their homes. So usually there is a little bit of rush at the beginning of January, and then it kind of does taper off at the end. But then you'll find that over the next few months, that's going to pick up a bit. We did have very few price increases, and that's mainly because things are sitting on the market and the condo market is a little bit slow. Price reductions, we had 19 in the under a million category and 13 in the over $1 million category. And so again, that is indicative of it being almost in the buyer's market territory, not firmly in it, but definitely approaching it and just sitting right on. Closed homes, we had 7 close under a million and we had 14 close over a million. And again, that is, kind of slow given how many homes are on the market. Months of inventory here in the under a million category, it's 6.9 months of inventory. Over a million, we're at 7.1 months of inventory. And as I described in my real estate metrics tutorial video, once you hit 7, that is kind of what's considered or generally considered a buyer's market. So as it goes over that, it'll become more and more into buyer's market territory. So condos, yeah, they're definitely kind of sitting in this buyer's market. You are seeing price reductions. As a matter of fact, there's a one that sold in one Rincon closed last week. Initially, it was listed at $1 million back in September. They did a price reduction a month later to 900, and then it actually just sold for 800,000. So you are seeing price reductions in the condos in Soma and in lots of areas of San Francisco. But Soma is definitely having a lot of that lately. At days on market median, this is where they start to diverge a little bit. In the under $1 million category, we're at 58 days on the market. And that is quite a long time, especially compared to the over $1 million category, where those are sitting more at or excuse me, that's sitting at 34 days. And there's reasons for that. We can get into that a little later. But there definitely is that's where they start diverging. In the listing price to sales price, sales price to list price ratio, you'll kind of see the same thing. In the under $1 million, on average, they're going for 99% of list price. But in the over $1 million category, they're actually on average going for 13% above list price. So that is very, very stable. And also that is for new listings. So when the way I do this is when new listings hit the market, if they do sell within the first month, that is the price that they go above. So we are seeing that new listings in that under $1 million category for condos are right at list price. But even in the more nicer condos, sometimes they are actually, on average, they are going above that list price. So that is the condo market. Let's move on to the single family homes. So in the under $1 million market, there's 41 available, only down by one from last week. New homes, or excuse me, in the $1 to $2 million category, we've got 83 total in inventory right now. New homes were up by we had nine in the under $1 million hit the market and 21 in the $1 to $2 million market. The back on the market, so these are ones that went contingent and then they either fell through on the loan or did an inspection and didn't want to keep it. Back on the markets was one in the under $1 million category and three in the $1 to $2 million category. Price increases were zero for both. Price reductions were at two for both. A little surprising because the market is still pretty hot, but sometimes things do hit the market a little overpriced, and so they do sit there. Currently, there are 13 homes that are sitting contingent in the under $1 million segment and 24 in the $1 to $2 million segment, about the same as last week. We had one home close in the under $1 million category, but we did have 14 close in the over $1 million category. So that means that they sold, everything is cleared last week. So that's actually kind of a big number, up six from last week. Total months of inventory, this is also where we kind of see a little bit of divergence from these two groups. We've got 2.7 months of inventory in the under $1 million category. And so this is kind of slow, having almost 3 months of inventory in the single family home category. But this is where it's really red hot. You've in the $1 to $2 million market, we only have 1.8 months of inventory on the market. And that basically means when half the homes are selling every month that are on the market. And that's why it's still very competitive in this market. And you'll see this. The median days on market in the under $1 million category is 24 days, but in that $1 to $2 million category, on the median days on the market is only 17 days. So if you are trying to get into the single family home market in that, or excuse me, if you're trying to get a single family home in that $1 to $2 million range, it is very competitive. There's only, you know, 2 months of inventory on the market, and they do go incredibly fast. And you'll see that also down here, the list price to sales price ratio, excuse me, sales price to list price. You do see that they are going on average at 6% above list price. So that is our hottest market right there, is the single family homes between 1 and 2 million. They are flying off the market when they do hit the market. So we'll move to luxury homes now. Right now in the $2 to $3 million category, we have 25, which is up by two. In the over $3 million category, we're at 47, which is up by seven. New homes, we had four hit the market, which is down from the previous week, which again is kind of expected. We did have a kind of a floodgate at the beginning of January. Over $3 million category, we had 11 hit the market, which is up by two. Price increases, we had zero across the board. Price reductions, we had zero in the $2 to $3 million category, but we did have four in the over $3 million category. Again, that's really not a big number, and some of these homes do hit the market a little bit high, especially in that ultra luxury category, because it is hard to really price out what these ultra nice homes are worth sometimes, especially right now with what's going on in the tech industry. And anyway, so that's going on there. Months of inventory. We've got 3 months of inventory in the $2 to $3 million category, which is still very much in the seller's market range, and then also in the over $3 million category at 3.6 months of inventory. It's still very much under five, which is still firmly in that seller's market category. Median days on market for the 2 to 3 million. This is where it's still really hot. We're at 14 days, and that's mainly because a lot of homes actually did hit the market proportionally over the last couple weeks. So a lot of the listings are young right now. And in the over $3 million category, it is a little higher at 23 days, but still we're at under a month for median in this luxury category. So the market still is doing pretty well. The sale price to listing price is also hovering above 100%. We're at 104% in the 2 to 3. We're at 107% in the over $3 million category. So as you can see, these homes, when they do hit the market and they do sell, they do go above list price on average. And this is what we're going to be taking a close look at over the course of the year to see if we're in buyer's category or seller's market category for each one of our segments. And as you can see here, uh, the you can see my cursor. There it is. Yeah. These are both the condos. So we're sitting around 7 months of inventory for the condos, both above a million and under a million. So that's where, if you're trying to get a deal, and what I mean by a deal is over the long term, is it above what it's going to be or below? Right now, in the long term, this is probably a safe buy. And if you think about what's going on, you got a lot of tech people who are, when you're new to the market, you typically buy one of these condos. And because there's been a lot of layoffs and because there's been mainly a lot of layoffs, people aren't buying these homes anymore. And even some of these people who own these, maybe they did get laid off, or maybe they are trying to move to Texas or some of these places that people are trying to go, and they are trying to sell their homes. So these condos, which have a lower price of entry, are the ones that are, I don't want to say flooding the market, but those are the ones where if you're looking to get a deal and make money over 3 to 5 years when interest rates go back down and when the tech job market is much more stable, these are the ones that are gonna go up in price the fastest when the market starts turning around and when interest rates go back down. And you can see in the single family homes, there's only really one area that is really, really hot, and that's this single family homes between the $1 and $2 million category. These are the ones where it's, people who do have their tech jobs, they are secure, they might be starting a family, they want to really plant roots here. And we still have a lot of those here in San Francisco, which is why that market is very, very tight. The other thing that we're seeing is there's just not a whole lot hitting the market. And it's because a lot of people are hesitant to sell because they don't know where they're going to go, or they don't want to pay that higher interest rate on whatever their replacement home is going to be. So that's why we are seeing this really hot market into one in the between the $1 to $2 million segment. And it truly is because not a whole lot of people want to sell, but a lot of people can afford that in the area. So that's it for today's Monday morning market update. We haven't done these for a while, so I'm kind of restarting this. If you have any suggestions about what you want to see, or anything that you want explained more, feel free to leave a comment in the description below. And also, yeah, feel free to give me feedback. This is going to kind of evolve over the course of the year. So anyway, feel free to reach out. Again, I'm Tim Farnham with Black Label Real Estate, and I get emails and phone calls all the time from people just like you thinking about moving to San Francisco or selling their home in San Francisco. So if you're thinking about making a move in the next 9 days or 90 days, feel free to drop me a line. My contact information is in the description below, and I would love to help you buy or sell your next home and make that process go as smoothly as possible. So until then, enjoy your week, and we'll see you next time.